So what is happening? Based off of these comments, looks like we're gonna do another koi fish nail design. Hopefully third time is a charm, because I already did the first one and then the second one. Now y'all want an aquarium one? What is happening? Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Lissette. I do a whole bunch of nail content, primarily with hard gel. So yeah, as you see by the title, we're gonna do an aquarium themed koi fish nail design. I did 2 other videos before. The first one, I did a 3D version. It was like a blue background with orange koi fish. The second one, I did an all pink encapsulated koi fish nail design. And now this time you guys want to see an aquarium themes with it moving inside. So yeah. But so my thoughts are this, based off of your guys' comments, this is what I'm gonna come up with. I'm thinking, well, not thinking, you guys wanna see the blue background. We're gonna do the blue background inside the aquarium. The fish is going to be pink, they're going to move. And then the flowers are gonna be on the outside. As somebody stated, it should be floating on the water. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into doing some nails. And hopefully, like I said, third time is a charm and y'all are fully satisfied with this nail design. Because I ain't gonna do another koi fish nail design. Let's get started. All right, guys, so since I've already did this 2 times before, some of the stuff I am going to skip over, like these flowers right here. I do have a clip of that in another video. I'll link the video as well as put a little image of what I did. But yeah, so just to save time, I already did these off camera, and these are the mold. This is the mold that I use. Somebody said there's not on Amazon. I could have sworn I got these from Amazon. Maybe it was from Temu, but I'll look for it on Amazon and link it for you guys, because I think that's just faster for you guys to get it. This is the other 3D molds that I got. These are the koi fish ones. Now I did use this in the previous design, but these are going to be too large, so I decided to create smaller koi fish for the sake of it being able to move inside of the tank that I'm gonna have to put on my nail. But these are really tiny, they're super cute. Obviously I did this off camera, but trying to use these 3D molds, they're going to be too large for them to move inside the tank. So I don't know, I just ended up creating a whole bunch of little tiny ones. Obviously, as you can see, they're all pink. I did add a little bit of like yellow inside of it just to give it a little bit different color, and you can see they're super flat, so these are going to be working perfectly. And I'm going to show you how I created the fish. So for this, I did use this little palette. This is like a disposable palette. I got this from Temu. And then for the polishes, I used all Nail Reserve polishes. Again, I do have a promo code with them. If you want to save some money, use my code. But these are the colors that I use. I will have all of that linked below as well. I do use this chrome powder. I got this one from Amazon. I think it was like a 16 or 18 pack of different colors. So it's like a mirror chrome. So I do mix that with some shiny top coat just to get a polished consistency. Oh, I couldn't talk there for a second. But anyway, I take the smallest amount and I drop it on the palette, because honestly, you don't need much. These fish are gonna be super freaking small. And as I stated, I do use that top coat to mix with the powder. Now this is the micro brush. I do have this on my website. This is the Gold Luxe brush, and I just start taking the polish and I take a small amount and try my best to shape the smallest fish ever. This was actually pretty easy, honestly. I thought it was gonna be harder. I kind of focused on the body to make it like a pear shape, and then I kind of like drag out the tail. But I do flash cure these like every few, like any little placement that I do just flash cure real fast so it don't move. I don't want this to spread and make it larger than what it needs to be. I want to make sure that it's going to fit in the little tank. So yeah, so this is me just trying to draw out the shape. I do add on more, and I don't use as much polish as you think I would. You're gonna see I do end up using my bling gel to kind of make it a little bit more 3D and bulky. But for the most part, I'm just trying to lay out these colors, really trying to take shape and kind of do as much detail as I can. The fact that these things are so freaking small, like you can't really do much, but you'll see. I did forget, I took out a black because I wanted to add some dots for the eyes and then a little bit of detail on the spine of the fish, just to give it a little bit more of that something something, and then I do cure that in place. Now, once I did that, I took out my Bling It No Wipe Rhinestone Gel. This cures non-tacky, and I honestly, you don't need a lot. I just took a little amount and kind of like blobs it right on top, focusing more towards the center. This is what really made it look more 3D because it kind of encapsulated it without making it too thick and bulky. This came out super cute, and you can see side profile. Hello, look at how cute he looks. Of course, I did a full cure for 60 seconds. How teeny is he? He is so cute. Of course, this is me just plopping it on my nail just to see the size and what it's gonna look like. And yeah, I was praying he was gonna move. He was small enough that I was super confident he was gonna move. But anyway, these are all the fish together. And yeah, let's just start off and do some nails. So I took out the extra long coffin non-C curve tips. As you see, I got a new sticker on it. Super cute. So yeah, I already went ahead and just measured out my sizes. Of course, y'all already know the deal. We're gonna glue these on with my rubber-based gel. You guys, I learned a new trick. Somebody stated, I can't find the freaking comment, but they stated before I glue them down, they pinch the side walls in. Why did I never think of this? It is so smart. Now my side walls, because I have a problem. You see, I pinched it right there. I have a problem when I glue my nails on. Sometimes the corners of my nails, the tip pops up, like it sticks up, and it drives me crazy. So somebody suggested I just pinch the sidewalls in, which I don't know why I never thought of it. That is so freaking smart. So yeah, I'm gonna start doing that from now on because it's super easy and is less filing for me. Hello. But anyway, as you see, I'm just going ahead. I'm putting my rubber-based gel on the entire surface, and then I'm gonna glue these down. I don't like using air dry glue. I only use my base gel. And once I have those on, I do a full cure for 60 seconds in my full-size lamp. Now, if it wasn't for these type of nails that I'm about to do, I would have skipped this step, to be honest, because I already had pinched the sidewalls. But you need a really smooth, flat surface. So this is me just blending that tip into the natural nail plate, because if I don't, I'm gonna have just a slight little bump from where the natural nail is and the tip starts, and I want that section to be super flat because when I create the tank, I don't want any other fish getting stuck or caught or whatever the case may be. I don't want there to be a reason for these things to not move. So this is why I'm just going in, and you guys know me, I usually skip this part, but we not skipping it for this video. We doing the whole shabam. So yeah, I'm just going in, I'm filing it really fast. This is a 180 nail file. And yeah, I'm just blending that tip into my natural nail as much as possible. Technically it's not my natural because I do have a base coat, and then I also have a peel off base coat under that because I do like to save my nails. But you guys know the deal, just blending that tip into the nail and we are Gucci. Do not come for me. I don't have a link for these tips. These are some old tips that I had when I was testing out tips. These are from a manufacturer, so don't come for me. I don't have a link for these. But these are the full cover tips I'm going to use to create the tank. As you see, it is shorter than the nails that I have on. So I am just cutting off the bottom first just to measure it out to make sure I have the same kind of length. And these are coffin full cover tips. But from there, I'm going in with my base gel and I'm just going to apply that on the entire surface. I don't like scuffing over the full tip. I just apply my rubber base gel and my hard gel adheres perfectly fine to that. This is where I realized I glued this one on slightly crooked. Like, it looks fine in certain directions the way I look at it. But then it's just crooked. So you could barely tell. Like, I just left it like that. I was like, I'll fix it later. But anyway, this, like I said, I'm just applying that rubber base gel on the entire surface. And then I'm going to cure that for a full 60 again. Pulling out the same cat eye polish that I used in the first video in my little magnetic wands. I'm gonna go in and start applying that to the entire nail using the magnet to activate the polish and give it that shiny little look that it does. I got this one from Temu. I want to say it was like $1 and change. I don't know if I have the link for this, guys. I'm sorry, but if you go on Temu and just search polish, you'll find a whole crap load of different kind of polishes, magnetic polishes and cat eye polishes, I think it's called. So yeah, there's a whole crap load for real cheap on Temu. You can't miss it. But I do these one at a time. I do one nail at a time. Once I use the magnet, I do go ahead and cure that before applying another coat on another nail, because if you don't flash cure it in place, it's just gonna move on you, and whatever you did with the magnet ain't gonna is gonna move. It's not gonna stay put. Just like the video before, I'm going in with this powder. I want to say this is a pearl powder. At first I was calling it a chrome powder. I mean, I guess you could call it a chrome, but I think it's more of like a pearlescent color, and I'm just gonna rub that in. This is so freaking pretty, but the powder itself is annoying. They give you such a small amount, and yeah, it's like you gotta save it. But this is what they look like, super pretty. Again, I got this one from Temu. From there, I'm going in with the whites, which is Each Day by Nail Reserve, and I add a thin layer like so. I think, did I skip this step in the second video? I think I did. But I'm just going in, I add a thin layer, I don't cure it, and then I take my shiny no wipe top coat and I add drops in like that. This is going to give it that watery effect, and again, I do this one at a time. Once I do the little dots, I cure it, and then I move on to the next nail because I don't want it to spread too much and look sloppy. So yeah, again, one at a time, I do the same process over and over again. This is where the fun starts. Okay, the fun starts and the challenge happens. To create the tank, I'm going to use my, my full cover tip, and this is me just measuring it just to make sure to see what it's going to look like. And you can definitely tell. I know I get questions a lot like, how is it not sinking into my natural nail? Well, it sits right on top, and you have your little opening in the bottom. I don't know if you can see it right there, but you can't physically push it down. I mean, you could try to push it down hard, but you want these to float on top. It's already creating the tank for you. So all you got to do is just really glue it down and you're good to go. But for that, I'm going to go in and use my Bling It No Wipe Rhinestone Gel. And I honestly add a thin layer. I try to focus more of the gel towards the top, like around the cuticle section, because that's the hardest section to close up to make sure no liquid is gonna pass through. So once I do a really thin layer, I focus towards the top, making sure that I have enough gel there. When it comes to the center, I try to wipe away as much as possible, and then I kind of focus towards the sides later on. Like I like to put gel on the entire surface just to make sure I have an even coat, but you're gonna see later I do have to go back and close up any holes that I do see. But taking that full cover tip, I place it right on the nail. I don't squish it at all. I legit just kind of like place it there, lay it, and kind of move it around, making sure around that top cuticle part, it is touching. You should be able to see gel touching around that entire rim. When it comes to the side walls, I leave that for last. I don't really pay attention to it. I ignore it. I focus where the cuticle section is. Once I'm happy with the placement, I go in and I just cure it in place. And I like to use my flash cure lamp, and then I do a full cure later on for a full 60 seconds. But again, I use my flash cure lamp and that gel and try to adhere all the nails. And like I said, I worry about the side walls later. I felt like the opening in the bottom wasn't wide enough, so I did go in with my little tool, my dotting tool, to open up the bottom enough where the top was going to cure and have the bottom a little bit more wider than normal, so I'll be able to insert all my little pieces. The fact that these are coffin tips, they're shaped a little bit different. The full cover tips, they're shaped a little bit different, so like I said, I just wanted to make sure I had a wide enough opening, so I just kind of like plopped it up a little bit before as I was curing it in place. And I already could hear it in the comments why I didn't do it the other method, where you just take some gel, put it on like a paper and peel it off and then adhere it to the underneath side. I don't like doing it that way. This is my method of doing it. The other way is more for like, I guess, press-ons and stuff. That's not the way I do it. I like to see the movement go from the top of the nail all the way to the bottom. I don't like putting anything under the nail because I don't know, that's not how nails are made, in my opinion. Like, you don't, I mean, aesthetically it looks nice, but yeah, I don't like a flat underneath. And I want the nails, I want everything to flow from the top all the way to the bottom. So this is my method. This is how I like it. This is how I've always done it. And yeah, I don't think I would ever go and change it to a different method. Like, this is my method right here. From there, I go back and I start focusing on the sidewalls. This is me filling in all of the gaps on the sides that I see. And this, again, is just an easy process. I just take more of that Bling It No Wipe rhinestone gel and I just kind of fill in the sidewalls, and then I cure that again one at a time. And the fact that I like the No Wipe rhinestone gel, one, it leaves a non-tacky surface, so nothing is going to get stuck or, you know, caught in it, and then it has a really good adhesion to it. So yeah, that's why I like to use that. Okay, so these are all done. This is what they look like. They are ready. Do you see the tank? I was happy with it. I haven't did these nails in so long, so I was super happy with it. This is what the opening looks like. This is me contemplating if anything is gonna fit in there, which it does, but at the moment I was shook a little bit because I was like, what if it don't fit? Anyway, I'm going in with what is this, my fine taper drill bit. I'm using this at, I think I was like at 18,000 RPM, and this is me just trying to focus around that cuticle part just to make sure like it made it look a little bit more cleaner, because it did look a little bit bulky and chunky up around that cuticle section. So I'm just going in, just trying to blend it out a little bit, and I'm being real careful to not make a hole inside of the tank, because that will be bad. But yeah, I just do this until I was satisfied. So I did decide to go in with some other pieces. I took out these, this is like, I'm not gonna say plastic, what is this, like glass pieces. They look like rocks to me. They're super cute, so I decided to take that out. I also took out this pearlescent rock thingy-majig. I don't know what these are called, shells maybe. But I took that. I thought that would look good inside the nail floating as well. And then I took out these paper flowers. Now these were definitely larger, so I did go in and just cut out some of the green ones. And then I just started sticking them into the nail. I did struggle with trying to find the right fish that would fit in each of the holes. And definitely I think next time I wouldn't do it as, I don't know, I would just have to do it extremely small to make them fit. But yeah, like I said, the shape of these did not help me at all. These freaking coffin full cover tips. Next time I'm gonna have to do like a square or a regular square. I think square would be best because I was struggling trying to fit these little guys inside the nail. But anyway, they do end up fitting. So I did use some of those green leaves. I used each nail had a fish or two. I did some of the pink rocks. Majority of the I wanted to be pink and greeny. And then the brown colored glass pieces to make everything move inside. But once I finally squeezed everything inside, this is where I go in with baby oil. I do have this syringe on Amazon. Again, I got it from like a whole pack, and it's a blunt point like syringe, like needle type of thing, so you don't stab yourself. But I just fill that up with some cuticle oil, and then I inject the tank all the way to the top. And I tried my best to not put bubbles. I don't really care for bubbles, but in this case it wouldn't hurt if a bubble was left in because it is, you know, fish in a tank. Bubbles are probably an exception for this type of nail design. But once I filled it all the way to the top, I do go in and use more of my Bling and Wipe rhinestone gel. I cap it off and then I cure that in place. A couple people was asking, oh, but isn't the oil gonna prevent the gel from sticking to the nail? I haven't had a problem. There will be cuticle all over the nail. I'll put the gel, the Bling It gel, right on top of the cuticle, the oil, the cuticle oil, I mean. And I just keep saying cuticle oil, baby oil. I'll put it right on top of the baby oil and it'll stick to the nail without an issue. I haven't had an issue so far. So yeah, I mean, I was happy with how everything was looking so far. But yeah, we are just going to do the same process across all the nails, each time filling it with what I'm able to fit inside of it. I do, like I say, cut up the little green leaves and then just try to figure out what fish is going to fit in the nail. And I do add 2 fish in some of the nails and 1 fish in another. But again, I don't want to overcrowd them either because that could make the stuff inside from moving, you know, and get stuck. So I just keep going until I'm happy with it. And once I have all of the nails on, I do make sure just to fully cure everything in place. This took me a while. I haven't did aquarium nails in a while, so it definitely was a reminder of what I was not missing. It took long. This, I think it took 3.5 hours to complete. And before I had gotten it down to at least like 2.5 hours doing aquarium nails. This took longer. Like I said, I haven't did it in a while. And yeah, so this is definitely sped up. once I got all of them together, of course, you already know I have to perfect these. So I'm going in with my drill. This is my fine taper drill bit again, and I am just focusing on that bottom part. I don't really care too much for the sidewall because I felt like once I added the gel on the sidewalls, I cleaned it up perfectly fine like that. It's just now I just have to focus on that tip part where I kind of globbed on because I was sealing it. And again, I'm being extremely careful because I don't want to break, make a hole in the nail. So this is me just literally making sure I'm filing just the gel to perfect that, coffin look. Going in with my shiny no wipe top coat, I'm going to top coat these nails, and this is honestly, I could have waited to do this because I still have to add the flowers on top, but I just wanted to make sure that the top coat was going to also help seal in the perimeter of these nails because I did file it and nothing was leaking, but I just felt a little bit more confident adding this top coat before moving on to the next step, just in case something was trying to pop out. But I was, like I said, I was pretty happy with everything so far. Even filing it, I was a little bit scared. Yeah, just top coating it and then doing a full cure for 60 seconds. Now, I was super happy with how these nails looked. They are so freaking pretty, but of course we needed to add the flowers on top. So I just did a small amount, a placement of, the gel just to adhere the larger lotus with the other smaller lotus under it. Is the other little one a lotus? I don't know if it's a lotus or not, but it has the green little leaves on the side of it. So I just did that one under, and I only placed the flowers on the ring and the middle nail. I did not want to cover these nails with more flowers than that. I think just 2 on each of those nails are perfectly fine. As far as the other nails, I left it alone. I did not want to mess with it because I did not want to take away from all the work that I did for these tanks. Okay, I wanted you to see everything about it, but I think just adding the flowers on those 2 nails are perfect. Y'all know good and well I couldn't just end it and leave it like that without adding at least a little bit of bling. So I ended up taking out the light rose and the tanzanite bling it box, and I used these smaller stones just to fill in around the flowers. I just think it just gave it that little extra oomph, that little extra sparkle around the flowers, and again the littlest amount of bling because I only focused on those 2 nails and that was it. Legit, I think I did 6 or 7 stones per nail just to focus around the flowers, and that was it. I just cured it in place. I didn't do too much. But these are the final look. I am ecstatic. It is hard at this angle to show you guys how they move, and they move pretty good. I was super happy with it. I hope you guys enjoy this nail design. I hope this is exactly what you guys wanted and stated in the comments, an aquarium nail design. Of course, I'm gonna get you a better image of them floating and moving. Look, I got a bubble right on my pointer. Don't ask me how. I don't know, it just popped up out of nowhere. But like I said, I'm not mad at it. Let me know what you guys think of this nail design. This is the last koi fish nail design. Y'all gotta give me a break maybe until next year until I do another koi fish nail design. But yeah, this is the 3rd koi fish nail design I did for you guys, and I hope I made you guys proud and you guys are super pleased with this nail design. If you guys like this video, if you enjoyed this nail design, please subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love ya.